my god. I gotta keep this short, you guys. Inglorious Basterds. I just got back from it. Best film from Quentin Tarantino. More than likely, the best film of 2009, aside from Star Trek, of course. And probably one of the best films of the decade, actually. Not one of the greatest films of all time, of course, but you never know. It could be up there eventually. But definitely one of the best films of the decade. Up there with, like, Slumdog Millionaire, Star Trek, and Dark Knight. Wow. This film was amazing. It was just like, I'm going to attempt to summarize the plot for you as quickly as possible. Okay, so there's two storylines going on. There's French Jewish girl who wants to get revenge on the Nazis by burning down her theater while the Nazis are in there attending a premiere. They're all there. Hitler, Goebbels, the guy that killed the family, they're all there. And this guy, Lieutenant Aldo Ren, American Brad Pitt, he gets together a team of Jewish Americans called the Bastards to go into France and kill the Nazis, scalp them, and the ones that they let live to spread the fear in other Nazis, they put a swastika sign on his forehead. Yeah. They cut it in. Wow. It's all good. Okay, and Donnie, he's killing Nazis with baseball bats. And Donnie kills Hitler with it. Oh my god, Donnie. I love Donnie. Eli Roth had the best character in this movie. He played this guy called Donnie, and the Nazis think he's a vengeful golem, which is like, just, it kills people. Or something like that. A Jewish golem who wants to kill Nazis, and oh my god, he gets the best killings ever. He beats people in the head with baseball bats, and then there's just one bastard that killed Hitler by shooting him in Goebbels. And then Donnie comes in 5 minutes later, and he shoots the fuck out of Hitler. He puts 1,000,000 bullet holes in that guy's bullet holes in his face. Oh my god, it was, oh god. I loved it. Oh god. Oh my god, if I haven't informed you by now, this is in fact a spoiler video. Wow. Okay, so the premiere is this. It turns out there's this young Nazi who he was stuck in a tower, and he had 300 American soldiers around him, and over 3 days, he killed every single one of them. And he's fallen in love with Shosanna, right? Well, you first see him, and you think he's going to be some random character that no one gives a fuck about. You see him again, and he's like, oh, he's big, isn't he? Oh well, it was fine. And it turns out all the Americans that he killed, Joseph Goebbels wanted to make a movie about it. So it was like starring the kid, by the way. So you see the kid and he's killing all these Americans, not Nazis. Sorry. I mean, wow. They showed the film too, like the film on the film, like, you know, parts of it. It was actually hard to watch that film. I'm not gonna lie. Just to see this one little Nazi kill all these Americans, it was actually kind of hard to watch. And you just see Hitler's like, wow, Hitler was an obnoxious motherfucker. Oh god. Oh my god, it was great. A lot of people died. Donnie died, unfortunately. Rip Donnie. Shosanna died, which was, wow. I was not expecting that death. I thought she would live or die in the theater like everyone else. Oh, she was killed by the little Nazi asshole after she killed him. But turns out he wasn't dead yet, so he turns around and out of her, and she died. It was sad. It was shocking. And as soon as she did that, as soon as he killed her, it got good from there on in. It was like, oh my god. Oh, it was great. Oh, okay, to summarize the film, Donnie died, Shosanna died, Shosanna's lover died, the Nazis died, Aldo, except for Blonda, the main bad guy in the movie, he didn't die, he just got a swastika in his head. Brad Pitt lived, Aldo lived. Just a little smudge mark on my screen there. Some random, not Nazi, a bastard that looked like Eli Roth at age 20 lived. Here's my ticket from the film. This ticket, I'm gonna frame it one day with tickets from other great movies. I can only find my Star Trek ticket. I would frame that one too. But yeah, this movie was great. You gotta go see it. Like, whatever you're doing, like, finish watching the video, go watch the movie right now. Don't pirate it or nothing. Go to the theater. You need to see it on that big screen. You need to see it in high quality. You're going to love it. You're going to throw your popcorn in the air and scream, "Holy fuck!" I didn't do that. I was able to contain myself. You probably won't. Just letting you know. Oh my god, great film. I'm going to go see it like another 2 times, or maybe 3, before it stops its run. I'm going to buy the director's cut DVD. It's great. This is Mr. Tarantino. That was your finest. One of the best films of this decade, man. I mean, you saved the best for the last, you know? I mean, it's 2009. In a few months, it's going to be a new decade. And you released this film when we had like 4 months left in this decade. Wow. This is without a doubt your best film. It's one of the best films of this decade. I know I've said that like a million times, but I need to keep stressing it. You just... Simply amazing. Okay. To add on, I did have a few problems with the movie. 3. 1, there was a British guy in it called Lieutenant Archie Hickox. They advertised him like he was like the 3rd big main character. It was Brad Pitt, Aldo, my guy, Shosanna, Melanie Lauren, I think the actress was, and Archie Hickox, Michael Fassbender, I think the actor's name was. But he was in it for quite a while. He must have been in that film for an hour, roughly. Like, but they killed him off in a death I didn't think he deserved. I think they could have at least glorified that death he had. I mean, they had this scene where it's like they have a Mexican standoff where he's got his gun at a German's balls. The German's got a gun at his balls, and another bastard's got a gun at the German's balls. And they all start shooting, and we have to assume that he got shot in the balls and he died. But I just thought it was a very unfitting death for this guy. So, yeah, it's probably just the inner Brit in me pissed that the British guy had to die. Well, Brad Pitt had to live. Okay, problem number 2. There were 5 acts in this movie. Now, the first act, was maybe 20 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes after you were watching it, but in reality, it must have been 20 minutes to half an hour just because of this dialogue between these 2 characters. That was the majority of the act. Pardon me. Act 2 was 10 minutes. Act 3 was, like an hour. Act 4 was like 15, 20 minutes. Act 5 was an hour and a half. Overall, it was a brilliant film. I loved it. Oh, and problem number 3. Samuel L. Jackson was the narrator. I knew this before the film, and the first time he spoke on the film, I was like, Samuel L. Jackson, he does like everything. But they really didn't. He spoke twice. Twice. Like, it was kind of pathetic to have him only speak twice. I mean, I would have had him speaking a lot more. Like, not like an annoying narrator that speaks at every fucking moment, but I would have had him speak a bit more. Like, maybe, he spoke 2 times in the film. I would have had him speak maybe 7 or 8 times. Something around that. Well, yeah, that's all. Gotta go. James Mackin, Monty Python 2011. I need an intro and an outro. Yeah. What?